What is up, guys? Wraith here, Gray Bearded Gaming Society. We have returned. Nope. Need to go this way. We've returned to town really quick. Like we're and this is basically where we've checked in last time. We were right here at like level 34. We're gonna stock up on some of our 35 to 40-ish spells, because again we have Augment Death and we have Scourge ready for 35. We have our level 39 pet, which are the really big ones. We're going to try to pick up a couple of the other really important ones. There's only a couple really in this level range. Again, it's today is a Monday. It's Memorial Day. It's the last big day of all the extra bonus experience and all that kind of stuff. We spent most of the day doing like yard work and chores and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, like seriously, I cannot thank my wife enough for letting me. I completely went the wrong way here. I cannot thank my wife enough for letting me spend a huge amount of time this weekend goofing off and playing EverQuest. This has been again, it's an absolute ride. I love to jump on the servers when they're fresh and new. But yeah, we're gonna grab up our spells. The ones I consider to be more useful, right? We're gonna grab like Expel Undead. We have a new life tap in here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. We'll grab that kind of stuff and be ready to go. We're still not too worried about most of the kind of research spells, simply because just getting the research materials is not really happening. I know a couple guys in the Necro channel have been kind of doing some of that stuff, but they're charging such huge rates. And I'm not knocking, don't get me wrong. Supply and demand. If somebody's gonna buy it at that price, you know, you do you, but it ain't gonna be me. Because I mean, one of the spell, like somebody was paying like close to 200 plat for like the level 24 pet spell, and I'm just like, why? Just out level the spell and be done with it. But there are a couple that go, you know, long term. I understand that, you know, like Harm Shield and stuff like that can be useful later, but I can also try to research that one later, I think, on my own. So we'll see how some of those go. But yeah, we're gonna do this, and then we will throw up the LFG flag. We will try to pick up the action, either hunting in a group, or maybe, you know, at the same time, we've got a lot of nice new spells. We're kind of a big kid now. Do we want to go find some pretty solid spots where we can, you know, do some serious fear kiting on our own? And at the same time, just saying, I want everybody to notice I made it through town all by myself. All right, let's get Drained Spirit. Ouch, that one was expensive. Expel Undead. We already have Scourge. We don't need Word of Spirit. So yeah, Drain Spirit, Malignant Dead, Expel Undead, blah, blah, blah. And the only other one that's really worthwhile in that whole range would probably be Nullify Magic, and we'll pick that one up later, I think. But so yeah, we're going to jump off for right now. We're going to throw the LFG up, see if we can't find us a group, and if not, we will try to find us a good spot to go fear kiting. See how we do with that. We'll check back in here in just a little while, guys. So we were actually over halfway to Sea Fury Island in the Ocean of Tears. We decided, oh, well, we can try to go out there and try to do some decent fear kiting, and at the same time we might get super lucky and possibly see an Ancient Clops, which we might be able to take at the size. If we can snare it, we can generally kill it. If we can snare it and fear it, it makes our lives a lot easier. But anyway, we were about halfway there. We had just landed on the Sisterhood Island. We invised up and jumped in a boat, and we were paddling out across, and we got an invite back to Lower Guck. So that is where we were going, because that experience, group experience right now, should just be so much better than solo experience. We specifically picked a class who could solo. That way, when times are slowest, and once this first weekend, you know, really kind of grinds out and it slows down a little bit, we'll be able to go do stuff and adventure some on our own. But at the same time, like I said, knocking out, you know, these early levels and being in really good position to put ourselves in a spot where maybe we can, you know, kind of farm for some gear for a while, it would be a great spot to be in, I think. So we are going to head into Lower Guck. We're going to meet up with the gang there and see how we do. And we'll check back in a little while. So we headed back out to sea. So the group we were in, we were in the bedroom for a little while in Lower Gulk. Like every camp was taken. We picked over, every camp was taken. Decided to try to go to the live side, which I have never really done, to be honest with you. We we got there and it was more of a crawl, really, even just to get there, because there's so many roamers. Like, I'm in that Minotaur maze really down there. And we did pretty good for a while. We got to a little corner spot and was relatively safe, pulling in the corner. Did okay. Like I said, I did get my level. I got level 35. I got a piece of loot to figure out how to sell. I got an Executioner's Hood, which is no good for me, of course, but hopefully I'll be able to turn it into some gear at some point, do some wheeling and some dealing. And then we decided to come back out to where we were originally trying to go, which was the Sea Fury Cyclops Island in the Ocean of Tears. These guys are a little bigger than I remember. We have successfully taken down one or two, but we've also had to back off of one or two. There's another group running around, or was. Haven't seen anybody in a while. Sad thing is there's like an ancient Cyclops right over there, and I can walk right up and loot him, and he's carrying a Staff of Writhing. So there's just nothing nothing I can do about it because it's lore. But we have plenty of mana. That guy's level 40. That guy's level 42. We're going to go with the smaller guy and hope for the best. The advantage now is our dooming dark. Oh no, we got to resist. This is how stuff went bad earlier because our spells are expensive. Yep. No, we're just going to do this. Blarg. And that's going to be one splattered pet. Yeah, because he's just going to get smoked. He is just going to get smoked. So we're going to hang out here for a minute. As it will be the first time this has happened. Like I said, these things hit pretty hard against us. We have mostly just standard cloth in most spots anyway, because we're not exactly twinked or loaded with gear. And again, they're a little bigger than I remember them being, but they should be a nice challenge. I think we were getting like 4 or 5% experience per kill for the couple that we did manage to knock down. But right now we're going to stay playing dead till it says that he forgets about us. And I just remember too, since we did get 35, we can actually try our Wand of Shadow and try to summon a bigger pet. There you are. Enemies have forgotten about us. Alrighty then. So one of the things we're going to have to watch out for, of course, out here, is there's not a lot of like low-level trash that we can just pop a quick spear tap on for a heal. That actually reminds me, speaking of heals, we also got this item, the Pestilence Scythe, which I got really excited for a second because I thought maybe it would have like better stats on it, because I said, oh, it's got some stats, but it's only like a couple of resistances and only has one single charge of Vampiric Curse. So I was like, and it's really heavy too, so it's kind of boo. It looks cool because you get the whole big, Necro Scythe looking thing, but we might probably try to pawn that off as well. So let's see what happens when we instant pet, apparently. He's still only level 29, but he's still better than the one that we had. The one that we had at that point was down to being green to us. So let's do that, and then we have our spiffy Augment Death. Give him some haste to make him an even better graphical dot. Let's do one of these. Like so. Actually, what I did just think of. You know what? This can be bad about this. This could be funny. This could be funny. So he still has a Staff of Writhing. You know what we're going to do? Now we both have a Staff of Writhing. This is... That's funny. What does this guy got? So I can't even loot that guy. But either way, now I have a Staff of Writhing, and so does my pet. So this could be all... running into a druid ring, that could be all kinds of comical. Alright, so let's try this again. Well, we're not quite at full mana, actually we did. Conversions, death. This guy's level 39. He's level 40. before. Yeah, I think the group that was here must be gone now, because we're seeing a lot more than we had seen. And some of the ones that we've been successful at were like the 39 size. Hadn't been as successful with the bigger guys. But let's see. Okay. So it's either going to be amusing or just ridiculous that our pet's going to have this thing. We'll try to hold them off. I think actually the big thing with these guys is, and actually one of the things we might be able to do, it depends. We're getting a lot of resist. We're getting a lot of resist because we do have root now. So we might be able to just root plant them as opposed to trying to fear them, which can be dangerous with this many rounds. We swapped back up to our lower fear. But give me a second here. I'm going to see if we can't get... these guys are so close together, I don't want to risk getting a horde of them. So give me a minute, see if we get set up, get a single pull, and I'll be right back. Oh, boys and girls around the world, we have just soloed the Ancient Cyclops, and we got a chest plate of Dark Flame, so we'll be needing that. We got, what is this guy? This is the Golem Metal Wand, which is a pillage enchantment. Yes, please. We have the Ring of the Ancients, which is funny because for right now we're actually going to wear the stupid thing because we don't really have a belt, but everybody knows what that is for later. And then we also got a Serpentine Bracer. We'll take that because we can pawn that as well. So the only bad thing is we got the double rings. We got the double rings. Double rings! So I'm just going to have to say, I'm going to shout out to the thing and let anybody know that we've got one rotten over here, but we have just soloed the Ancient Cyclops and the Ocean of Tears. That was awesome. I was at the edge of my seat the whole time in pretty much a full pucker. So, and an entire mana bar, by the way. Had that second snare resisted, it might have been a whole different story. But we got him. So now, if nothing else, we have a piece of what we need to go get some J-Boots. All right, guys. Signing back off. So that was a great way to finish up the last day of the Memorial Day weekend. It's a bonus experience, push everything with a really serious adventure. Like I said, it was really awesome to get out there and do some classic Necro, solid fear kiting of some yellow and red mobs. Obviously a couple things happened that you guys got to see. We got the Ring of the Ancients. We got a Serpentine Bracer. We had, I think I put the other stuff in the bank already when I got here. I have some random collection of some trade skill stuff. We have a stash of stuff now we need to go check out in the bazaar and see how that goes. Whether I say bazaar, you know, the tunnel. See if we can trade some of the stuff for some material that might be more useful for us. We're going to hold on to this one for later, because if I'm not mistaken, I think this is for the Cleric Epic. It's been a long time, but I might be able to wheel and deal that later for a decent chunk once that goes live. This is for a piece of one of the Enchanter Sol Row items. We might be able to finish that and sell that. But we'll see what we can do there. One of the other things that did happen while we were there is we were talking back and forth with Druid, who was soloing there, and we traded some random stuff back and forth. So I got a Runed Cowl as a helm upgrade, and I got loam encrusted sleeves. So a couple of decent upgrades there. It's a very, very nice mission overall. We still have Gibboner, who still has a Staff of Writhing to match ours, so we will be taking extra special care of him for a little while. But guys, it was a totally awesome weekend, the long weekend, and again, I can't thank my wife enough for letting me play as much as I did. We got a lot done. We did pick up a couple more levels, so we finished up at level 36, and hopefully have plenty enough time before Kunark comes out to max it out to 50. We'll see what happens, but we are going to go back to a slightly more normal cadence now, as we'll be doing our P99 play as well, and then I'll be jumping back in on this one and dropping some posts here and there just to update how the character is going. I said kind of some future plans is to take our bags of swag out to the tunnel and see if we can trade for more upgrades for ourselves. At the same time, slowly work our way to 50, and then be ready for when Kunark hits and see what kind of trouble we can get into there. But as always, guys, if you like what we're doing here, please don't forget to like, comment, maybe subscribe down below. We do love to hear from anybody, no matter what server it is that we are on at the time. So until next time, guys, stay safe, stay distant, stay in EverQuest, and we'll see you guys next time. Night, guys.